That's
it
weird.
says we're live, so.
That was really weird. No countdown, no nothing.
No, I got the countdown.
Oh, I didn't get it on mine. All right, well,
Yeah, I didn't get it on mine either.
I didn't get anything over here. All right, well, welcome everybody.
And
Welcome
we're
back.
live.
Yeah, we're live. I don't fucking know. Yeah, so welcome to beautiful Tuesday night, guys. Here, Shellhead Toys, and here with Mr. Johnny Five. Johnny, how you doing tonight?
Salud.
Awesome Possum and Mr. Wheezy, how are you?
I am good, man. Out in the parking lot all day, kind of hot, but cooling off, relaxing.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, man. I couldn't stand being out there for the 2 hours I was today, and that's just it's gross. But welcome back,
For
everybody.
2 hours,
This is Drinks
I'm
and
out there
Toys.
for Ted.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Drinks and Toys. So I posted on the event, which hopefully I'm getting better at. I don't know. I keep trying to tag you guys. I haven't figured out why that's not working. I think it's on me. It's probably user error if I had to guess. But I put a couple different topics on there. Was the Comic-Con exclusives and talking about stuff like that. But I want to, before we even get into that, I kind of want to switch gears and talk about something else. So I've been watching and listening to, I'm starting to listen to a lot of these other on Spotify. These other casters, and I talked about it last time, and I'm digging some of the things they're talking about, and I'm remembering toy lines that I completely just pushed out of my brain. That I'm just like, I never cared about that. I never had it, or I maybe had one piece of the line as a kid, and I just didn't care. So I kept pushing away, and so today, I just happened to randomly, on my YouTube, I clicked on it, and it kind of shows you things you might like to watch. So the one dude came up.
Right.
I can never. Huh? What's up?
I said right. I was.
Oh, so I can't.
Right.
I'm getting a reverb. I think I'm hearing you delayed. Maybe. I can't remember the guy's name, and I don't know how to say it. Tydirium Hanger or.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name? What is it?
Tydirium Hanger, Mike.
Yes. So he had one for the Kenner Robocop line. The old Kenner Robocop line for toys. And then I was like, shit, I remembered the Terminator line. Yeah, actually, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a later one, though. Which one is that?
No, this was the one, because I remember this as a kid. I had this.
So they made them for the cartoon line. The cartoon show.
This is the actually it's for the series.
So
remember the TV series?
I never saw the TV series.
I never saw it either, but you remember it though, right?
How's this man
going
to say? You remember that TV series? Never seen it. Me neither.
No, I watched bits and pieces of it. It was bad. I got bored and would change the channel.
I can't say I recall it, but
it was on Sci-Fi.
I have no idea. But my original point was, so I started looking at the Terminator ones because I remember having some of the Terminator toys, and the actual Terminator themselves, where he's covered in flesh, supposed to look like Arnold. They were the guys like, oh, these are so cool. I'm like, these are fucking terrible. The coolest thing they made were the endoskeletons. I think those were fucking cool.
I always wanted that one, the endoskeleton that had that weird machine. You put it through that weird machine and it filled it up with that synthetic skin.
Yes.
And you can actually remove the skin, rinse, wash, repeat. I wanted that thing so damn bad.
So Rich actually has it sealed in the box. So if you ever go to a show, he's got it up on the shelf.
I might have had that as a kid, and it wasn't as fun as it sounds.
So the guy shows it. He demonstrates it. Now, that wasn't on Tydirium Hanger. That was somebody else's page. But when he shows it working, he goes, it didn't always work so well. And the I don't know what the hell it was. It wasn't even like clay. It was something almost like a jelly kind of thing that would have to squeeze into the mold. And then it peeled off kind of hard, and you're supposed to rinse and repeat, but it didn't work very well.
No, I don't. That was so long ago. I remember trying using it and I hated it. So I just after like the first 2 times I was like, nope, I'm done. Good.
What up, William? Welcome to the show. Yeah, man, I always wanted that really badly when I was a kid. I don't know why. I found that so fascinating that you could like. I guess it was the idea that you can destroy him and reveal like the endoskeleton underneath. You know?
Yeah, the
And then, like,
idea
put it back together. Yeah.
was cool. Execution, not
Terrible.
so much.
But you're talking 90s, man. You're talking mid 90s toys that they were doing what they could do. I think my biggest beef was like when I was looking at the RoboCop when the guy Mike was showing the RoboCop toys, and I'm like, how fucking shitty. Well, okay, so they always repurpose, right? There's always toy lines that steal from other toy lines, like their weapons
Right.
and shit like that, and repurpose them. And so there was a lot of that. They repurposed a lot of
Batman. Yeah.
Batman, but a lot of the RoboCop stuff repurposed from the Terminator line or vice versa. One of the two.
Mhm.
I don't know which came out first, chicken or the egg, however you want to look at it. But yeah, but when they showed this one piece for RoboCop, and again, it was for the show, they put him in this fucking triple T tank looking piece of garbage. And even old G.I. Joe toys had better detail than this thing does. And you look at the inside of the tank tread, it's completely fucking hollow. There's nothing there. And then you just see the outside of the tank tread and these little tiny plastic wheels that like move underneath it.
Right.
But all I could think was I'm looking at this toy and I'm like, I feel like Kenner, if it wasn't a major toy line, they did not invest the money for detail. It was just pump out a toy that kids might buy, as opposed to, you know, if it's Star Wars, they spend the time to make it look right, to make it detailed and put it out so people will buy it.
Well, also you got to remember, Star Wars and Kenner was a longer running thing. Because think about what other lines did Kenner really do that were big? You know,
Right? They had
an
their
Alien Predator, but they weren't like massively popular. They were great figures, but nothing like
right.
insane.
I think like most of it, most of what I saw and started started researching, you know, fall into the fucking rabbit hole, and I just started looking at all the lines and quickly realized, and it's probably kind of naive for me to say, quickly realized that Kenner would just pick up licenses for some whatever was quote unquote popular for the second, pump out this shit bag of a toy, and that's it.
Move on.
Right.
Unless it was a banger for them. They'd be like, all right, this is that one or two runs, and then they're out.
Right. Right, 100%.
But shit. But my thing is that a lot of those toy lines, like you said earlier, you know, they like repurpose shit, right? So you had, I think it was Toxic Avenger, had some same stuff as Turtles. They repurposed things back and forth, a couple different vehicles and whatnot. But that makes me think of recently with them doing
Yeah, don't acknowledge. Don't even start entertaining. I'm serious.
So
I'm serious. Go ahead.
Talking to the wrong person. So the Ecto-Glows. One of the things they hinted at was the Ecto-Glow-Copter.
Mm-hmm.
It was never released. Back when I guess was it Kenner? Yeah, sure. When they had it, they never released the actual Ecto-Glow-Copter. And they were repurposing it also as a vehicle for Police Academy, which also never got released.
Oh, really?
So,
yeah. So now they're releasing it as it's going to be an exclusive at some con or however they release it. But they're going to be officially releasing an unreleased vehicle that goes across different toy brands or toy lines. Huh. So that thing, when it comes out, that thing's going to sell like crazy because everybody who's got the Ghostbusters is going to want to buy it for their Ghostbuster collection. Anybody who's got the Police Academy is going to want to buy it and customize it to be the Police Academy version that never came out.
You think there's a big market for that, Police Academy?
Apparently. I don't pay attention because I have no interest.
I mean, I'd buy that for $1.
That was RoboCop, but
maybe 50 cents, but
yeah. So
it all comes back around because he used RoboCop parts for it.
yeah, I just think again, like like watching those couple videos today and seeing like the repurposed toys and seeing what came out, and I'm like, man, I forgot about that. I could see myself maybe going and finding the endoskeleton figures because they were all pretty fucking cool. And then one of the later ones they did, I didn't even know this. Raven is right behind me. One of the later ones they did was the endoskeleton looked like it was burnt, and when it was in the dark, the whole thing glowed like bright ass green.
Yeah. I think I actually still have one available for sale. I have a Mafex one. Can't remember if I sold that at the last Tampa show or not. But it's going to be around, Chris. If I have it, it's going to be there.
Do you have it on shelf?
Me, no. I was thinking like just glow in the dark stuff. I was looking at all the random glow in the dark shit I have in here.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm sure. Here, I get 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find this. Talk amongst yourselves, children.
No problem. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Johnny? What do you think they're gonna do with the possibility like them re-releasing stuff that's never been released? So it's not really re-releasing, but finally releasing. I think that's something that like toy companies should really look into now.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's crazy because all these companies want legacy, right? They want the legacy franchise, or they want to like really bite hard on that nostalgia bug. So I think they're starting to get to the point where they're starting to scrape, at the sides and bottom of the pot, trying to see what they can scoop up, because you have your main ones are already, at a point where it's kind of oversaturated.
Right. So that's where where my thought is, right? So you got like Turtles. Mm-hmm. Turtles, back in the day, they had characters that they had designs for but never released. But they never made figures of, but they had the designs for them. So as Playmates, like, you've banked so much money off of Turtles, and you're re-releasing the original vintage toys in every style and way you can right now. I think to really set off on another level is that they should say fuck it and release the ones that were never released.
You know what? That actually would be really cool to see if we can get Scott on here. Scott Hensley. He worked on the Turtles line, Playmates, back in the day for that first run. And he actually showed me some cool sketches and some cool clay. Like, because this is what he does. When he first molds a figure, like he molds them in clay, much like this, right?
Right.
And then from the clay, he'll actually create a silicone mold, and then he'll do a resin pour for the prototypes. So he has, and he showed me some of the clay prototypes he did for Shredder. Shredder originally was not crouched over like that. They had
that just make him fit with the line, right?
Yeah, he couldn't fit in the blister pack.
Yeah, he couldn't fit in the packaging. But originally Shredder was upright. And so he has those, I believe he was showing, I don't know if he physically still has them, but he was showing me pictures of the original.
But you know how big fucking Shredder would have been if they had him standing upright? Would have been a fucking 7-inch action figure.
Do you think he has that concept art? Not the figure itself, like the clay stuff.
Concept art? I'm sure he does, because I mean it's all in his portfolio and stuff too. So, but he actually has some really cool stuff that never made production. Like he's done a lot of stuff that's never made production. Like he's sculpted and done concept work for various companies over his career.
I think that if Playmates was smart, they would start going into those archives, the stuff that people knew about that never got released, that was, whatever, releasing that shit. Because, like, even though obviously Kenner's not around anymore, but they had, for the Alien Predator line, they had a female Predator made, they had a 4-armed Predator made, they had all types of these different aliens made that they never released. So it's like, okay, whoever can own it now, if you figure out ways to release these things, that's what I think like hardcore collectors from the original lines would go nuts over those things. Like,
especially like the original Turtle lines, one of the villains they created was like this one that shoots a snot nose, like the little snot gun or whatever.
Like his nose connects to the gun.
Even though he looked a lot more like a Toxic Crusader figure, but
100%, yeah,
dude, absolutely.
But if Playmates said, "Yeah, we're releasing this," everyone would fucking go ham on it. Tony would buy 7 of them.
Fuck
right
yeah,
off the bat.
I think that's where a lot of these companies like hitting the nostalgia button. You can only hit that nostalgia button so much before you break the button, right? So I feel that the best move is to hit that nostalgia, but also give us something new. So you're hitting the nostalgia, but it's also brand new. It gets that double effect of purchasing that people are going to want all day.
Why not do what everybody's already doing with customizing for NECA, right? But do it for Playmates. And, we're getting the Foot Cruiser at some point. Why wouldn't they give us the Neutrino cars? They've got the mold. It's the same damn car. Repaint the thing, put it in a box, give us the Neutrino car for Playmates.
Were they ever released? Was a Neutrino car ever released? I feel like as a kid there was one release, wasn't there? I feel like it was blue.
Cruiser. Just a Foot Cruiser.
Man, I like maybe that's a fucking a Mandela effect for me because I can remember a fucking blue car.
They had the blue van.
For neutrinos.
April had her news, her Channel 6 news van,
but
that thing's a goddamn fortune. I don't know why. Was it a limited run? Do I not know enough about that?
I have no idea. I never had it. I had no interest in ever getting it, so I've never looked into it.
I want to say it was later in the line, and just like most of the figures that came later in the line, the only reason they're worth so much is because, again, they came later in the line. People had stopped buying at that time, so there weren't as many produced. So they are what they are, and they fell off the face of the earth. And I kind of figured that that's one of those pieces. Like I think I have the Ninja News Cycle, but I don't have it in the box. I don't think. I don't know. I'd have to look.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck. But I think that's where companies need to go. I think if they started doing that, they'd be hitting a new market. Not necessarily a new market, but they see a surge in purchases if they started hitting something like that. Especially ones that like already had like the prototypes done and the tooling done that just never got released. Like you already got the shit. Just hit the print button.
I mean, you're not wrong, man. If you already have it, you can make some money on it. You can call it whatever you want. You don't even have to put it in Traditional's Playmates, package or whatever.
But you'd want that as a collector. You'd want it to be like in the package that matched the rest of the line. You know,
I guess so. I'm looking at it one of two ways. So like, I get what you're saying, and maybe I'm not thinking about it right. But I'm thinking, okay, if they release that figure, why wouldn't they turn around and go, we're going to call this like the Lost Collection because this is things that never got produced. Would you want to differentiate it like that, or would you want to? What do you want to call that? Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the word right now. It's escaping me. But would you want to appeal? Sorry. Would you want to appeal to the collector and the person who would have wanted that as a kid, and so you put it on the regular Playmates packaging so it blends in with the rest of your figures?
I personally would put it with the regular packaging, so it blends in like it came out originally, like it should have came out, but never did. Now, if you're out of box collector, you're going to open it, then it doesn't matter. But for an in-box collector, I feel like they would want it to match the rest of the collection.
What do you think, Johnny?
The only way I would see that being a variance from that original packaging would be if, say, they did that but release it as like a con exclusive. Then I could see the reasoning for changing a packaging design for that. So it kind of makes it stand out even further. But yeah, if they're just going to standard release it, definitely keep that packaging because that's going to help. Again, it's going to help blend with the line, and it's going to look great on the shelves with the other ones. So yeah, and for me, it doesn't really matter because I'm usually an out of box collector, anyways. Like I like to open my figures and display them every now and then. I'll change the display up how they're posed and whatnot.
Yeah, I like box art, so I mean, I could go either way with it as long as I got the figure and I can tell what it is. I think I'd go either way.
It'd have to be unique box art.
Yeah, you have to be your little tambourine playing Kumse Kumsa. one of those kind of people that you put your hand down in front of a pair of pants, you're happy with whatever you find type of guy. I get it.
Fuck.
What the hell?
This all got real weird real quick.
That would be the ginger to get weird like that all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Well, he's got no soul.
I mean, you say you go either way, so I mean, how else do you take that?
Oh my god. All right, so are you chasing alcohol with beer? Are you chasing liquor with beer?
Liquid death.
Oh, I'm watching you pour a drink and then I see you drinking a beer and I'm like, Chris,
I mean,
calm down a little bit.
they say beer before liquor, never cigar. You're supposed to drink the liquor first,
Right.
and then you're okay.
That's working out real well. So I got a stupid question and I don't know the answer. So again, a little naive on this one. What happened to Kenner? When did they drop out?
That's a wonderful question.
Yeah, I honestly I don't know.
I feel like they ran until 99, 98, because I know, at least for Alien Predator wise, one of those the 12-inch Predator sets they released, or 10-inch Predator sets that came with that Predator and an Alien. Then there was one that was Alien and a Marine. Those sets, one came out like 97 and one came out in 99, or really just 95 and 98.
They died in 2000.
So
they died in 2000. So what they did was 97. It says they were starting to. My mouse just fucking died. 97. They were starting to kind of die off or whatever. And then it says in 2000 they struck a deal with Hasbro and sold off their lines to Hasbro, which obviously so that means technically Hasbro has the rights to do shit like the Terminator and all that crap all over again.
but they have to get the licensing for the
Right.
product. That's
Right.
all.
To actually be able to do it.
But if they if they could get like Terminator licensing approval, then yeah, they have, in theory, all the mold sculpts, the documents, everything for them that they could just start making them.
So, like, so it's kind of funny when I was trying to find the it's called Endoglow, by the way. It's an Endoglow exoskeleton. So I went on, and apparently there was a 2015 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Really
For
badass
Endoglow.
looking. It's badass looking.
Yeah, we got that in Toys R Us when I worked at Toys R Us.
Dude, it's sick. And the whole thing, again, lights up. It's like an eerie green. It's like kind of like the green right there in my turtle case.
Mhm.
It lights up a solid ass eerie green. It's not just kind of a glow, it lights up green.
Yeah, from what I can remember, all the NECA stuff that they release that glows, like they even do Universal Monsters that glow. And they have a bunch of Predators that glow. And whatever they use for glow, whatever kind of radioactive plastic they use is a serious ass glow.
Whatever that shit is that makes everybody sick in 30 years, it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild though, man.
Oh shit!
dig it.
Yeah, this
Right?
is pretty cool.
It's I'm telling you, the more I looked at it, and again, I'm not a fan of the line. I have no desire to collect the Terminator line. The only thing Terminator I do have is I've got a head of a endoskeleton, and I've got the old 10-inch or 12-inch endoskeleton they made. You guys know what I'm talking about, or not really?
For NECA?
I don't know if it was NECA. I don't know who made it.
A 10-inch?
NECA did NECA did like a retro one. Was that the 10-inch?
No, the retro cloth ones, they're like 8-inch.
Okay.
Nope, it's Kenner.
But they did an endoskeleton as well with that.
So
line.
if it's Kenner, they did a 10-inch one. It's about the same size as the 10-inch Alien and Predator they did.
Yeah, this is
Like
I'm
this
looking-
one.
trying to
It's
find the
in-
pictures, but it's a fairly Blitzway. Everybody picked up on this thing. Well, it's a
That's
good
nice.
franchise. That's why.
Well, yeah, of course. It's Terminator. I mean, it
trying
used
to
to be a
find
good
a damn
franchise.
picture of it.
It's not great
Huh?
now.
You gotta remember, yeah, man, early 90s, that movie was unstoppable.
Oh yeah, T2 was actually. Hang on a second. I got it over here somewhere. Hang on.
And he's gone. Talk shit about Tony now. Those piercings, man. Jesus Christ.
Why is he not wearing pants again?
I have shorts on.
Sure. There's a little whale tail on the
Maybe
back.
he's bigger than What is that? That's probably about 15 inches.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking big. I don't
I
put
mean,
your foot next to it.
You know, he put my dick next to it. But yeah, I mean,
I mean, okay, you'll be able to guarantee it's more than 3 inches. Great, okay.
I mean, he articulates pretty well, man, for what he is. I don't know who the hell makes it though. Now I'm gonna look for stamps somewhere.
I bet on the bottom it says China.
Right. His mouth, like, I mean, barely like opens, like it just slightly.
We're gonna set a tariff on that. We're just gonna come to your house and put a tariff on it.
Wow, got a flashlight on here somewhere. Oh, it's got a so it's got a button in the front.
Oh, Tony's flashing the camera.
Oh, so you know what it is? It's got batteries somewhere. I don't know where. But it's
I'm
supposed
glad
to make,
you know about the toys you collect.
Dude, I've had this for years.
So you've had plenty of time to research it.
So this is 1995.
So it's definitely Kenner.
It doesn't say
No?
Henry though. It starts with a C.
Kenner with a C?
It starts with a C. I'm thinking China.
No,
China.
it doesn't say China, dick bags. I'll have to look and see, man. It's 1995 giant endoskeleton. I'm not sure who the hell makes it, but
So while you look that up, you had mentioned something else you wanted to discuss today, which was who?
what we're gonna talk about, Comic-Con?
Oh, we could definitely discuss the nightmare that will be Comic-Con.
Let's see.
Go, Joe. So
speaking.
while
of
he figures it out, Johnny. Oh,
guys,
Carl Loco?
I have a crazy idea.
who?
Carol Loco?
Galoob?
Well, it says Carol Loco. It doesn't say Galoob.
I don't
Never
know.
heard of it.
Nope.
Yeah, dude. It's called Carol Loco. I don't know who that company is.
Where did you get this knockoff ass fucking Terminator from?
No, man, it's a real thing. So,
I mean, of course it's real. It's physically there.
well, this is
Touche.
so somebody else must have had this line and not just Kenner.
It's possible.
That's the only thing I can come up with on that. I
Figure,
got this.
Like 73 different
Yeah,
companies make Ninja Turtle toys right now, so it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because look, like they did do like what was it? Toy Island was a company that made Terminator figures.
So I think that's who it is, Johnny, because I'm looking at the figures right now, and they're on these shitty card backs, and those are Toy Island. They cost nothing.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering.
they're like really they're like KOs that weren't that terrible, but they weren't that great either.
Yeah, this has
You
a
could
battery
find, like,
thing.
you were able to find those at the flea market for super cheap back in the day.
So what we're saying is that my initial comment of where the hell did you get that knockoff ass Terminator from
There you go.
stands the
I don't
test of time.
I just don't know if it's a
Flea
knockoff
market KO.
necessarily.
Remember,
I it could've
Mexican
been-
knockoffs love to put lights in the chest of everything for no reason.
Dude, I still want those turtles that they had. What was it? I told Alex the last time I talked to him, I was like, bro, next time you get a hold of some, like, hook me up.
Bro, I saw one on eBay before Tony had shared the thing about him, or before whoever showed him. I saw one on eBay. It popped up, and it was going for like $150.
That's crazy. I think you can get a whole set for less than 10.
10 peso.
Hold on,
10
Titanic.
Is that Jesus fucking Terminator? Like,
I
what
was
are we
going
doing?
to say hold them on the Titanic, but you went a different route.
I mean, it'd be like that.
Jesus is the Terminator. Why not? Okay, so
Why not? I mean, there's already Jesus. What is it? Jesus Christ Transformers.
oh my god, I want that thing so bad. It's like $75.
Okay.
So what?
How much
You
was that
literally
fucking
spent more than
Terradrome
that
on your
on-
fucking kitchen table you're not doing anything with?
Exactly. You spent more money on less.
$75, man, for a Jesus that turns into a transformer.
I mean, bro, if you don't like Jesus, just say so.
Exactly. You know what's crazy though? I'll probably buy it for 75 and sell it to him for 150. And he'd buy it.
That's 20 feet away from you.
That would be fucked up.
Yeah, and you hear this conversation, you're gonna forget it in 2 days and still buy it.
You're not wrong.
I can't hear anything you said, but I'm guessing you're yelling at me about conversation and then walking away.
Well, no,
There
it was
you go.
more like how much you just don't like Jesus and you think he's a bad person.
Well, he did that one thing. So
Clearly his mom wasn't Catholic.
Tony's like, I don't like how he just hangs out all the time.
wow. And just like that, we got canceled. That was what did it for some reason. So, all right. So we know some of the things that are coming out, but then we speculate about what might be coming out after that.
Tomorrow's the sale.
I know. I was going to actually bring it up. I'm glad you said something, but I was going to slide something in there real quick, which was the mask toys.
You don't have consent to slide something in there, okay?
Yeah, it's like, just get it on in there. So there's been more and more talk about it, and somebody posted the other day in a chat that the pre-orders are going live in July for all of the mask line that's coming out so far. And if I understand correctly, it's probably going to be almost $400 just to start the line.
So then chances are, if they're smart, it'll go live either they have like the preview night at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So they'll either go live that night or like the first day, which would be a Thursday of Comic-Con, because that's probably when you'll first see them at the con, and then the pre-orders will be live.
So I've only seen, what was the last one that was it New York Comic-Con, or what was the one we just saw?
Toy Fair?
Toy Fair, where they showed
February.
Yeah, everybody was doing the reviews, and I think I saw it on Pixel Dan's review where they showed the mask line and what it was going to look like.
Right.
And he got to mess with it, and I'm thoroughly impressed with what they're doing. It's like Hasbro, man, with the blast effects and all that kind of crap. I'm not going to utilize any of it, but I do like that it's an option for people. So if they want to unbox it, it's not just a mask vehicle sitting there. They can make it look, however they want to do it.
See, Tony, I don't care what Johnny says about you. You might be an inbox collector, but at least you still appreciate the aspect of an open box, right? Like, you're like, I'm not going to use it, but I do appreciate that they did that in case somebody wants to open this fucking thing. I get it. That's cool.
If I had, you guys know my front rooms. If those rooms were nothing but glass cases all the way around, I might have been more inclined to open the things that I have. Only
thing stopping that is you.
Exactly.
I couldn't do that now if I wanted to. Plus, the box art would. I'd spend 8 years unboxing and then cry every 20 minutes because I opened something I didn't want to. But
I mean, you can be like that other collector. Then you buy one to open and buy one to keep in box.
I've done that enough.
Well, see, Tony does that, but then just keeps them both in box.
Fuck you.
You see, you just triggered him right there because it's true.
So I bought. Fucking hate you. I bought.
But he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Remember when the Playmates, the Retro brothers, when they first dropped out, people were losing their fucking minds, couldn't find them in store, so on and so forth, right? Yeah. I remember hunting, sitting at a Walmart till like 11 o'clock at night, waiting for them to drop the pallet so I could grab the Donnies, because you couldn't get Donnie, right? He was not on the shelf anywhere. So back when that happened, I think at one point I had 6 sets of the brothers, and I kept telling myself, I'm going to open a set. I'm going to open a set. Nope. I just kept buying the sets and not opening them. And then I finally just walked away and let Damien open a set. I couldn't be there to watch him do it.
Tony's like, I can't watch you open this brand new toy that just came out that I have 6 of, because it looks like the thing that came out 35 years ago.
I can't, dude. I don't know what it is. There's something in me. It's the destruction of the box. For some reason, I feel like the toy got devalued, even though I know it's not the case. It's a stupid way to feel.
I mean, it's kind of the case, right? Because if you want to resell it, obviously it's going to have more value in box. But if you're not selling it, then it really shouldn't matter.
But those are never going to be worth anything. Like, you can't a repop of a repop of a repop. Those
Yeah, no,
playmates
those aren't gonna be worth shit. I'm just saying in general, like
they're shit quality too, because Damien had a bunch of them open, and they're just, the weapons are crap, the figures are crap. Nothing compares, man, to those OG ones. Whenever you find an OG turtle in the wild and they're open, nothing compares to the quality of those toys. It really doesn't.
so. The sale tomorrow. I'm gonna be at work and I'm gonna try my best because I need that damn Ben Cooper Tiki costume kid. But that's the only thing I'm going for tomorrow during the sale. That's it.
Do you want me to go for it also, just in case?
I mean, you could try. It'll probably be a good seller because those Ben Cooper fucking things sell really well. In case I'm able to get it. Because I'll also have to see if my neighbor's going for it because he's got all the Ben Coopers too. So if he needs it, I'm going to see if I can try and snag.
I mean, I don't mind getting it and sitting on it, man. Like, if I get it and you're like, hey, I got one, I'm like, no big deal. I'll try to sell the other one, you know.
Right.
I'm not worried about it. It's not like they're, fucking $50-$60.
I mean, are you going to go for the turtle set tomorrow?
I'm telling you, dude. If I say if, yeah, there's no if. I will, only because I can't stop, because I have everything, and it's like I can't see myself. I'll feel incomplete that I didn't get that piece. At the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm like, that is the stupidest fucking thing they could have done.
I hate this. I must have it.
It's what it is. It's going to end up in one of those damn boxes, that the blind box shit that they do, the mystery boxes.
Right.
It's going to end up in one of those in a year.
My problem, not a problem, but like the questions I have, like it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so I'm perfectly fine with the design choices because it's not something I need for my collection. Fuck it, I don't need it. Perfect. I'm glad you didn't put this on Target shelves.
Are we back to that?
But glad you didn't put this on Target shelves, right? Because they say that all the designs are from different shots from the show. Like all the costumes that they're wearing are show accurate at some point, just not in the same episode. But like, how are you gonna have these turtles going to the beach and one's wearing like a goddamn top hat to the beach? Like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Like, if they were all just like in bathing suits and like surf, okay, cool. But you got them weird ass fucking hats. For what reason, I don't know.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'll see if I pull up an image here. Isn't Mikey wearing
Shorts?
Right, but isn't he wearing cloth shorts?
I don't know. Is he?
Let's see if I can find the pictures. Because I remember thinking all they did
using the base mold and putting the cloth shorts over it, like so.
So they're doing a bunch of retools of the turtles.
I think it's just layers. Like they're just putting a layer on top of a turtle body.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even think they're retooling anything. They're just
if they're retooling. If they're retooling anything, it might be the arms if they have sleeves, because usually you don't put layers on an arm.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna share screen real quick.
Yeah, bring it.
I'm surprised there's nobody on tonight. That's not.
Yeah, this is weird. It's real quiet. Not even Nicole's here to bother Tony. It's strange.
All right, so you see what I'm showing?
Yeah.
So if you look, Mikey's. They all have cloth shorts on.
So maybe for articulation.
Maybe, but Mikey literally is just the darker skin turtles.
Whoa.
All right. The darker skin turtles. They snatched the head from whatever what was the individual packs they were dark skin? The fighting pack?
Yeah, with the 2-packs.
Yeah. So that's literally all they did. They did nothing else to Mikey, and they threw a set of fucking shorts on him.
Which is a perfect San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
I'm just saying, as far as like, this took no effort. They spent more money on the fucking surfboard than they did anything else. And then my other quote unquote problem, right? Again, I mean, my problem with the box is I'm so tired of everybody being like, oh, they're hinting at the blimp or they're hinting at the Technodrome. They're not hinting at either one. We've seen plenty of times where they have hinted at it, but I don't think this is one of those times.
Because everybody's like freaking out about the Technodrome. It's like, but I've seen the Technodrome on other boxes.
Correct.
So
It's
it's
on
like,
the fucking. I'm looking at it on the. What the hell box was that? I can only see half of it, but I think it's on the wagon, and I think it's on the. God damn it! I'm looking at it right now, Tony. You idiot.
you are.
The sewerware
Yeah.
thing.
Here's
I
the thing,
can't-
though. I think just because NECA and the way they do scaling, I don't think they would pursue that.
Fucking Tiki kid. God damn it. I need that.
That's pretty cool, though.
I tell you what, I'm kind of excited about. Where is it? This is rad, but this is one of those flatback ones like these.
Yeah, because that's how they did all their glow in the darks.
But this is great, man. Look at her.
Yeah. But if you get that, Tony, you have to get all the other glow in the dark ones they've done.
That's why I'm not.
That's why you're not getting her.
Staying out of that hole.
I mean, she might have
So,
extra,
I mean-
depending on how he sewed her up.
Hey, Tony, I may have you grab that for me.
Grab
I
what?
want to
Man?
grab that for get that for Tammy. Add it to her.
The Bride of Frankenstein. Tammy likes Universal Monsters, man. Keep up with the
Oh, okay.
conversation from the past.
I apologize for my ignorance. Yeah, I'll tomorrow when I'm on there, I'll see if I can snag it. I mean, I've got an open Wolfman and I've got an open Frankenstein because it came in that mystery box
Right.
and they were already open. And actually now having them in my hands, like
They're
I
good
actually kinda like
figures.
these, man. These are kind of cool. They're a little bit of a retro feel, but they're still detailed because it's NECA.
Right.
So it's a decent feeling figure, and I'm like, man, it's actually a really cool line, and it's one of those things where it's like I would not have appreciated it in the package as much as I did when I actually held it in my hand. It was a good.
Was
It's a good
it, were they the glow in the dark ones you got?
Yeah, they're on the same card backs.
Oh, okay. So you already have the glow in the dark ones, Tony. So you need to get her.
Well, I mean, I probably will, but
like you need to complete that set, man.
I don't know what else he did. I'm sure they did what creature.
I think they've done the creature. I don't have any of the glow in the darks. I have like 4 different creatures from them though, but they must have. They must have done a creature. I know they've done Mummy. Maybe not. They've done Dracula for sure. Wolfman for sure.
So what are so back to Comic-Con. So obviously we have the standard ones that they've already like hinted to, and then as far as any more, I guess we can just keep going down the lines. So as far as any more turtles, they hinted at Krang a while back. They showed the prototype for Krang. We still haven't seen that come out.
Well,
Nor
the giant. You talk about the giant android body.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, when they first did that, it wasn't an announcement of a figure. It was really like a water tester just to see how warm the waters were, how the fans would react to it. So it was like when they first did it, they didn't even price that thing out. They were like, oh, they're just curious to see what people say. Then we'll look in the pricing out. They didn't know if it'd even be feasible in a general price. So I don't know if they've even done that yet, or maybe they did it like, yo, this is going to be too damn much. We're not pursuing that. Because I feel that if they're going to do it, they would have to do it like a HasLab type situation. Because that thing is massive. It's bigger than the street scene dioramas. It's taller than those dioramas.
That's wild.
So then it would have to be. I wonder if they would try to get.
Because I think it's like 20 plus inches tall.
So the dioramas are 24 inches, are they not? I
don't have one, so I couldn't tell you.
I got 2 of them on the floor. I don't know which is which.
Because like when they're at the show, you see him standing there next to it. He goes over the cardboard cutout for the diorama.
Well, that's got to be with the cardboard. Has got to be 30 inches, man.
Bro, that fucking thing was massive. Like I
So
said, they'd have to do like a HasLab setup, like people, fund it like a Kickstarter to get it. Like that, I think that's the only way they could feasibly do it.
So let's just call it 24 inches. So 24 inches is the typical size of any of the Transformers Titans, right? So whether it be Trypticon or Fort Max or any of those guys, they're all about 24 inches tall. So you're talking if it's 24 inches, all those guys are $200. NECA's going to get at least $199 for him then, or even $249.
I would say with how NECA's pricing shit right now, if he was 24 inches tall, and figure he's going to be quite girthy.
And accessories, they're probably going to give you all the accessories you want.
Right. I would imagine they'd be looking at
$400.
Yeah.
You think $4 bills?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they would put it up as. If they did like a straight up retail, that's probably where they would hit. Like,
because I'm thinking about
$399, basically $400.
So I can't think of how much they charge for those life size Gremlins.
Okay.
But I think those are like $200, and those are like foam. Those aren't plastic and shit.
I'm just thinking of all the accessories and stuff that they would end up including with him. Like, you're going to get, if I had to guess, because again, giant Krang, right? So they want you to have that playability to fight with your turtles. So are they going to do things like he's going to have, but I don't remember this happening in the show. Is he going to get the chain with the ball? You know, oh my God, what the hell do you call that? The,
Mace?
I want to say sickle, not sickle.
No, it's not a mace. It's I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a mace. It's like a mace.
It's like the mace end, yeah.
Yeah, so something like that, or you know, when he has the axe, are you going to get all those pieces? And again, I don't remember that happening in the show. I remember him like getting big and fighting the turtles. I just remember him having weapons. I just remember.
Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember them saying that if they did it, they would want to include all the accessories that you got with the one that released. That's, you know, the 7-inch size. So
Yeah.
It has the different weapons, the hand swaps, and all that. But you start doing that in a 12 or 24-inch figure, you're looking at, bro, that's going to be crazy priced.
I know. I'll end up buying it anyway.
Well, of course you would.
I can't. I mean, I don't know who I'm kidding, but
Like, man, who buys Deadpool?
all right.
Like,
Gus, good to see you, brother.
fucking better late than never.
Honestly,
Jesus Christ.
if he didn't, I would have. So the guy was local. So
Ah,
It was local and it was a good price, man, and I'm happy to have it.
I saw the post too.
It's coming to Tampa.
you'll bring it to Tampa?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, bringing it to Tampa. I even told Jeff, I was like, hey, man, I said, wherever you end up putting the booth, I'm just telling you, I'm bringing it. And it's big. It's like Iron Man. So I don't want to be in the way. I don't want to be sticking out anywhere. So whatever space you give me, just know that I'm going to fully utilize my fucking space.
Nice.
So we had a pretty long conversation the other night about that because I was talking about the upcoming 3 shows. I want to do Bradenton. I want to try it. He hasn't done anything in Bradenton yet. And I kind of look at it for like, Sarasota, the first time we did Sarasota, if you remember.
Mhm.
It's a good show. And they didn't have anything down there like that. So, goddamn, dude. So Bradenton, I think, could be a good moneymaker. They have money down there. They don't have shows like that. So I think it could be a good intro for everybody. And maybe we make some magic happen down there. But it's only a 1-day show. And it is not close.
We're booked. We're booked for Bradenton, and we're also booked for Ocala. So
When's Bradenton?
September.
Have fun with it.
So right now I got we have Tampa, we have Ocala, and I know you have your own booth, Weeze. So we have Ocala, and then we have the Lakeland show, and then we have Bradenton before Lakeland, and I think.
Bro, I've been to Bradenton for work a couple times years ago, and that place is not much going on.
So
Like,
that's the thing.
Publix closes at 8:00. Like,
Well, the fact that there's nothing going on is all the more reason I think that gets advertised and it's going to be bombarded because it's something for people to do.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm not against it. Just I don't, because like when I was there, like I asked them, like, why are you guys closing at 8? Like, well, because this is a real dangerous part of town. I'm like, yo, I'm from like South Florida, like dangerous. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, some homeless people sleep in the trees, so we close so they don't bother our customers.
Did you let her know that's just like iguanas and they fall out during the winter?
Nobody told them, I guess.
That was the wildest thing that ever happened to me. I remember being in South Florida during the winter, and it was cold out one morning, and I'm like, Does anybody else see that there's goddamn iguanas falling out of the trees? And they're swished to the road like they're squirrels. They're everywhere. It's wild, man. It's fucking wild.
People go around and they pick them up, they collect, and they eat them.
That is so crazy.
But so this one guy went around one day and he had them all in the backseat of his car, loaded with iguanas. But as he was driving, it warmed up and they all woke up in the back seat of his car. And they went ape shit attacking him.
That is fucking wild. Our buddy Chris, so he was in Miami. I think he moved a little more northward, but
yeah. I was down there and I moved up here. Correct. Yeah.
No,
what the fuck are you talking about?
One of my buddies, Chris, like from my mini trucking days. So he lived down in Miami. Huh?
I built the mini truck.
So there used to be like wild monkeys.
Yeah.
He's like, they'd be working at the shop, and all of a sudden there'd be like a gang of monkeys that would just fucking show up, and they'd have to like shoo them off because they'd steal like tools and shit.
So, all right, just before we go back on topic. So there was a beach that we used to go to. It was John U. Lloyd State Park. And near there, across the intercoastal, there was an old, like, it was a pet store. They had like exotic animals and monkeys and shit. But during a hurricane, it had gotten destroyed. So all the animals escaped. And so all these monkeys were like running loose, and then they got across the intercoastal because I guess they could swim because they're fucking monkeys.
So they made little boats.
So then they're living on the beach. If you go to the beach at night to go like turtle hunting, to go like sea turtles laying eggs and shit, you can go out there and you can see monkeys in the trees and shit. And not like little monkeys, like some big ass fucking like bamboo fucking monkeys. Like,
holy shit, dude. Bro.
Of course, Alex would know that. Everything tastes like chicken if you've never had it before.
I had the pleasure of dropping some pieces off to Alex today for him to take to Joe Fest for me. He's taken the command center thing from G.I. Joe, and he's taken 4 of the Toy Biz. They're kind of cool. Toy Biz. They're called electronic robots, and he's going to take those guys up there and see what we can do with them. See if he can.
Fuck all that, Alex.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a chance to roam Joe Fest, let me know, because I need you to keep an eye out for a couple things for me on the floor, since I won't be able to go this year. I'll hit you up in a DM.
Have we thought about trying to hit up? Remember, Mither? Oh,
Mother
had her hand grabbed by a monkey at a gas station. You guys got some weird shit going on in your family.
Is that a real story, or is he being racist?
Oh my God! Let me shut off my camera so I can laugh appropriately. Are there any upcoming toy shows? Yes, Nicole. So we were just saying we've got, starting in July, second weekend of July. It is the let me go ahead and scroll down.
The Tampa Toy something.
July 12th and 13th. We'll be in Tampa at the fairgrounds. Johnny, you're going to that one or no?
Yep. Dude, I got literally every weekend in July there's a show I'm booked at. So got 2 in Ocala, 1 in Tampa for July.
You're going to have to hit me up and let me know what that second Ocala show is.
Yep. It's what is it called? It's like I think it's called like Kids Fest or something like that.
That's creepy. So it's 12th and 13th.
It's only creepy because Tony will be there.
Do you have to like go to an island to go to that fest? Because if so, I'm out.
Do you have to register before you go in?
No, it's basically it's targeted towards like families,
Kids?
you know, like it's like the smaller figures, like the kids stuff, not like the collector stuff you guys usually sell. So, but we have a lot of like like the what is it, like the
shit?
Squishmallows. We're gonna have a lot of those like the cheap $2, $3 toys. You know, we're gonna have some loose stuff there for kids to buy.
That makes sense. Yeah, so not the stuff we would want to bring.
Yeah, no.
We is good, my dear.
Very good. Hearing about you getting almost kidnapped by a monkey. So back to Comic-Con?
Back to Comic-Con.
Yeah,
So by the way, guys, crazy idea.
Yeah.
Stay on topic?
So,
Never.
yeah. So speaking of Comic-Con,
Okay.
actually, I was actually thinking, researching into this, actually getting a booth at Comic-Con for Grub Sport. So that'd be something kind of fun, though, for you guys to come along and do like a live stream at Comic-Con.
So when is that?
Comic-Con. He can't be this year. Fucking Comic-Con.
No, not this year.
Oh, you're talking about like Comic-Con.
Yeah, he's talking about
Yeah.
San
Oh,
Diego.
I thought, like you're not talking like campus shit. You're talking about like San Diego or New York.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, hands down, man. I'd go.
I mean, I'd go. That's. Oof. I'm in.
I would like to solidify, and obviously this year's out. There's just too much going on. We haven't planned for it. But assuming we're all in the right financial frame of mind next year, I'd like to either discuss Joe Fest, Toylanta,
Have you seen
RetroCon,
this? Financial state of mind. Fuck out of here.
one of those 3 major shows, those out-of-state shows. I'd love to go and not vend. I'd like to go patron.
Bro, fucking.
Dude, I'm telling you, we
Pixel-
should take a quick trip up to North Carolina, check out Toy Federation as well.
This man, we can't even go to Toylanta. That's closer than fucking North Carolina. Jesus.
So we can look, if it's the 3 of us, it's a lot easier than like trying to finagle bringing anybody else. Like I was going to go to we could drive, dude. It's not that far. I checked the distance from
No,
here
it's
to Toy
not.
Federation. We could drive it.
Yeah, it's a day drive. What, like 10 hours?
If that. And I've got free like rental. Like I can rent a vehicle for like a fucking week for free.
So the fuck we doing?
Because I've got all these points, man. I can get like a goddamn Suburban and we can drive that up there.
Like, so what are we doing? Like, I'm off
Well, we're on a
starting
podcast right now.
Thursday until Monday. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Oh, I'm gonna go check out Emerald City. I've never been to it. Emerald City Comics. You guys heard of it?
Yeah.
yes, I've heard of it.
Never
never
been.
been.
Yeah, never been. I heard they got a lot of toys though. Tuna was telling me about it. He showed me a really badass Voltron he bought, and it kind of looks like a almost like a Shogun, but it's not Shogun, and it's not a Shogun box, but it was a really badass Voltron, and I'd really like to go see it. So yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna check it out, see what they have. Alex, man, you just got to gear up and go. We're gonna need somebody to cook on the way up.
Bring the tacos and empanadas.
One of you wants to cut along the way.
Bring the trailer so you can just drag his lawnmower in the back. So
He's like, I'm homesick. He brings a chia pet, and he's like, oh,
and
shit.
now we're done. That's
Yeah, that's pretty much how that works.
so. But besides
Well, I mean,
turtles,
Alex
right?
definitely should come. I mean, because the second ice shows up, I'm just throwing him at them first so I can get away.
And me and Tony are just stepping back and watching. Like, oh,
Like, Alex, we don't know you.
as Tony puts his phone away from just calling him. Be my
Thanks for that,
competition
man.
at shows.
Yeah, I'm very interested to go check out Ryan's store. They've if you watch, I'm a avid. It's kind of gross, but I'm an avid watcher of his channel, man. And they just did a grand reopening, and the store is just so damn big.
Yeah, I was
And
watching that earlier.
Oh, it's so good, man. It's saturated with toys. I want to go there, and I want to go check out Dallas Vintage Toys.
Right.
That one looks awesome too. And those guys, I mean, I like Ryan. I like his personality, and from what I'm seeing on YouTube, I don't know him personally, but I know he's friends with Joey, so Joey would probably be a better testament to it. But the guys from Dallas Vintage Toys, they just seem like a lot of fun. They just seem hilarious. Alex is like, man, I only got $40 for it. Meanwhile, he pockets the other $300.
You told me to sell no matter what. That's
Holy
Alex,
shit.
that's why you're a real one, bro.
so.
all good, all good.
Is there obviously Comic-Con, right? Like, is there anything besides turtles that you're expecting,
Not
or at least
expecting, but
wanting to see?
yeah. So again, like not expecting, and like you said, wanting. I want to start seeing some of these third-party companies start showing up at Comic-Con and doing their own exclusives. And I know it's a stupid thing to ask for because they're third party for a reason, right? But I'd like to start seeing like
So when you're saying
I'm interested in, like, I want to start seeing like the Mask. I think it's really cool that Mask is coming out, but that's not an exclusive. That's just Mask is coming out. But I'd like to see maybe Loyal Subjects turned around and says, "Hey, the Mask line is coming out, and in celebration of the line coming, we're offering the con exclusive for us this year is you can get Boulder Hill." You know what I mean? Like something like that.
don't know what that is, but yeah, exactly. It sounds
I'm
like
sorry,
a horrible
Boulder Hill
Comic-Con exclusive.
It's like it was their base. It's kind of like the Cat's Lair or something like
Gotcha.
that.
So something that any collector would absolutely need, which would make it a bad Comic-Con
I
exclusive.
fucking hate you all. We're right back to this.
You're
I'm
right.
sorry.
Back.
Fucking paint it purple and give it a Christmas tree. It's fine.
There you go. Perfect Comic-Con exclusive. Nobody wants that shit.
Jesus Christ. Like Surfboard Chucky all over again.
Go buy 6 of them and not open one.
Yes.
So,
What else? Keep going.
because like when you said third, what else? What are
I said I'll be right back.
What the fuck?
fuck? So no, because when he said third party, in my mind, I was thinking more like a lot of these independent companies, right? That are from overseas. So like the guys who like do all those Fury toys.
Yeah, or like
That-
ramen toys.
Right, but isn't he here?
No, he's China, I believe.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Or at least, or
I know he comes to all the cons over here. Like he comes as a patron to all the cons, and he sets up at some of them too. But yeah, like so, like that. The guys who do all those Fury toys, like there's so many dope toys. I feel like if they started popping up at Comic-Con, I'd like to see that. I don't think it's realistic for them because they usually do their own big shows over there, overseas, and they're all there.
Or even the ones here in the U.S. You know, you have what is it? You have like who was it, that company that does Animal Kingdom?
I don't know who does Animal Kingdom. I know the line. I don't know who actually makes it though.
That sounds like a Fury Toys kind of thing.
And then you have like what is it?
So
You have
Animal Kingdom's basically Battle Beasts.
Yeah,
Like 6-inch Battle Beasts.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
And then then you have Four Horsemen Studios and Valaverse and those guys. You know the ones that are here U.S. based. They're indie companies that are doing pretty good.
But I
When are we
wonder
getting the
if
Dragon?
those indie companies, like I'm thinking people like The Cursed Dead, right? Great guys. I don't know if they would be at Comic-Con because it might be a pretty big, some coin to get that table to not have any product to sell right now. You know what I mean? Just to be there, just to advertise. I think that might not be in the books for that type of thing. But if they had a con exclusive, would be awesome. I
think they're going to get big. I think they're going to be like Mythic Legion's big, man.
Oh, they have the potential. I hope so.
No way they would. Yeah.
It's a great name, and so far, again, like I said this way back when the line started, it's not the kind of thing I collect, but I was happy to like be a part of the Kickstarter because I enjoyed the story, and that will make me continue to buy their products.
That's so strange.
Dude, it's really not though. I enjoy the story for the toy.
No. That's fine. Understandable. This isn't really something I collect. For somebody who loves horror as much as you do, you'd think that these would be right up your wheelhouse.
Right.
Like, that's what's so strange to me. I'm like, these things are fucking amazing. I can't wait to get these. And you're just like, yeah, I fucking love horror. But these things, it's not what I normally collect. I collect, green turtles. That's what I do.
Yes.
Which is really weird because I don't even think he collects the Tortured Souls and none of those either.
No, those were a great line too, man. That old school one back in the day.
Yeah.
I actually, so I don't have Tortured Souls, but I showed you guys before. I have the Silent Screamers. So it's an old line from Mezco.
You never mentioned that you had those.
Yeah, I showed you. I had one in the fucking camera.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Silent Screamers, man. So they're by Mezco. And they're cool. I thought it was NECA. Hands down, I thought it was NECA. And I only bought them because there was a dude in local to me who was selling them. And he was asking nothing for the 6 figures. And I'm like, I started looking up comps. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take them. Let me do a chance on them. And I got them home. And I'm like, God, these things are badass. And it instantly reminded me, Johnny, the way you said that, it instantly reminded me of the damn Tortured Souls. McFarlane missed the boat, man. Those were great figures, but they were way too far ahead of their time. If they came out now, they'd sell like crazy.
McFarlane does shit that doesn't make sense at
Sure.
all, right? So when they started coming, for a while, McFarlane was kind of gone on the toy scene, right? There was nothing coming out. Then all of a sudden, he started re-releasing sport. He started doing sports stuff again. Then Spawn, and now he's been doing DC, and that's like been the focus. But he announced, "Oh, we're doing Movie Maniacs," right? I was like, "Yo, this is gonna be fucking dope! Like, bring me all the like B series horror that NECA doesn't touch.
Fuck yeah,
Bring
dude.
me that shit because you guys were doing great. The figures weren't great, but you were doing obscure lines, obscure licenses." And then like, oh, the Movie Maniacs are like fucking statues of
Little Shop of Horrors would have been a cool one to see them do.
yeah. But when you look at what they're doing for Movie Maniacs, it's like fucking Dumb and Dumber statues. It's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, cool, I guess, but you're missing the boat. And then, like you said, with the Tortured Souls or their Twisted Fairy Tale line or Twisted
That's
Christmas.
what it was.
Oh,
Twisted
I
Fairy
love
Tales.
those.
I'm sorry. You just in my brain. I'm like, what was the other fucking line he did? You just said Twisted Fairy Tales. I'm like, that was a great line too.
Yeah, and then he also did the Twisted Christmas, where you had like Santa as like a murderer and Mrs. Claus was a stripper. Like, great
Or
lines.
especially with,
But he didn't
Like,
do anything with it. Like, bro, bring those shits back. They were your own creative designs. It's not like you can't create that shit anymore. Fucking do those things again. That's what people want. That dark and fucking crazy shit.
yeah, or even stuff that's just come into like public domain. So he could have done like a really twisted Steamboat Willie, because there's a movie that came out for that.
Did it come out already?
And then you have like,
or
I
either
think it came out.
there was two of them. There was supposedly I think one by Rob Zombie and then another one by somebody else. But
I don't think the Rob Zombie ones came out yet.
yeah, they're doing a whole bunch. Like there's what, 2 Winnie the Pooh movies now. There's a Pinocchio. Like,
Yeah,
all that shit's getting hit up hard.
exactly. But I mean, missed opportunity on his part for doing that.
No, but you're
And
right,
plus,
though.
it's public domain.
You're right, because if he did, even with the ones that are movies, right? If he got the rights or the license to make the Winnie the Pooh from that Pooh murder movie, I'd buy that shit. That shit looked awesome. Give me that.
Hell yeah.
I mean, look at these fucking figures, man. Just so far ahead of their time. I mean, look at this.
Yep, Tortured Souls, man.
Just so far beyond anything we had during the time, man. I mean, one of them was, I know there was a Frankenstein monster, and I can't think of what the hell it was.
Yeah, it was just his line called Monsters, because I have the creature or the fish monster, the werewolf, and Dracula.
I mean,
I had him at the last show.
God, look at this fucking like, I have to buy this thing. Look at this. I mean, just
Tony's
holy
gotta go
shit.
buy a moped real quick. He'll be back.
Right. It's fucking wild though, man. I mean, just such detail and crazy and articulation, and it's like,
Well,
man, that
not
stuff is
really
out now.
articulation. He wasn't known for articulation.
Well, you got to have some kind of articulation to make that work for that display.
No,
Not really.
no. That was why it worked, because they were all kind of statues. Like, they might have had like 3 points of articulation, like maybe an arm went like this. Like, that was it. Like, it was barely any articulation on his stuff.
I don't know. I just remember them having articulation, but maybe I'm completely wrong.
Nah,
I know.
Like even because even when he did like the music ones, like Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica and all those ones, very limited articulation. They're meant to more be like statues, but you can kind of change the pose a little bit.
Yeah, but it's very limited. All his stuff has been like that until the Spawns and the DC stuff. It's what the hell?
He's talking about tomatoes still.
Yeah, who you need tomatoes?
Apparently, I need killer tomatoes. I don't remember saying that I wanted the line.
I do. I'm looking for
Yeah.
killer tomatoes.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't remember hunting for killer tomatoes.
That's a me
Killer
thing.
tofu, maybe.
I know we're both white. You know, maybe we look alike, but like that was me. What tofu?
Killer tofu? No.
Bro, you did not buy me any killer tomatoes. What the hell are you talking about?
Looks like you bought one for Tammy, or he just bought her a tomato.
Nope.
Maybe he bought her a tomato
No.
just in general. Maybe he wants her to make him a pizza.
He drew a bad face on it. He's like, "Here you go."
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with Killer Tomatoes, bro. That never happened for me or Tammy.
So back to Comic-Con. So what else are you guys thinking? There's going to be obviously some like, I'm sure some superhero like shit.
Well, yeah. So I'm thinking specifically from NECA, just because they do a lot more of the like various stuff that I like. So horror, but the announcement of the new Jason franchise or whatever they're calling it, Jason Lives or Jason something, whatever the hell, the Jason, Friday the 13th, right? Curious to see if they finally do Jason X, Uber Jason.
Oh, I'd love to have a Jason X figure, man.
Right?
Or Jason takes Manhattan. Like
Yeah.
a 2-pack, him and the dude that he fucking uppercuts.
Bro. So I'm curious to see what they do with it, more from them. To see if they're showing off more Terrifier besides just Terrifier. Like the chick from the second movie, the chick with the wings and when she's like in her superhero outfit.
Oh, I fucking hate her.
Yo, but it would make a dope figure.
It would. I mean, I'd buy it.
Yeah, like I'm curious to see what NECA shows on that realm because there's so much going on in the horror realm right now, and with them doing a license like Terrifier gives me hope that they're going to start looking at some of the more niche horror that's really popular, that has a diehard fan base, and maybe start doing more in that realm. But then also with the new Predator stuff coming out, new Predator movies, you got new Alien stuff. Like I'm hoping they're showing out for all that because they've been
the last Alien movie.
Romulus was last year.
That was the one where they're like,
And then they got the series coming out.
And they have Alien Earth that comes out this year, I believe.
That's what I'm thinking of because Romulus was where I don't think I liked Romulus. It's where they were on the planet and they were all conspiring how to get off the planet.
Yeah.
They were all like slaves or something basically, or workers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, that one I didn't care for.
But that one, then they have Alien Earth, which is a Hulu series, TV series coming out, and they just greenlit apparently Romulus 2, or whatever they're going to call it, but a continuation of the Romulus story. And then Predator. Predator's got 2 movies. Well, they just released one Predator movie on Hulu, and then San Diego Comic-Con has a panel for the other Predator movie that comes out this year. Like,
have you guys seen that movie?
Not yet.
On Hulu?
I haven't had time.
It's pretty good. I liked it.
I feel like I'd have to go back and start at the beginning and start watching Predator again.
So the one that just came out on Hulu is animated.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, apparently a lot of people. I have some friends who are like really big Predator fans, bigger than I am, and they've all given it pretty good reviews. And I
don't mind animated stuff, but I feel like horror is a hard thing to go animated.
Yeah, apparently it goes pretty gory. It gets.
But I wouldn't really put this in the realm of horror.
It's sci-fi.
It's more like in that action sci-fi. Yeah.
I guess,
and for that genre, it hits pretty good.
Because remember, Predator hasn't been horror since the first movie. Same thing, Alien hasn't been horror since the first movie.
Same thing with Alien. Well, yeah. Alien 2
was sci-fi.
Did you really think so? Because all the guns and shit?
Yeah.
All the guns and shit, the Marines, like that was all. That's an action sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
The only other one you could say Aliens did that could be, you could kind of argue for like a horror aspect, could be the third one. Because it went back kind of to the roots of the first one, but to the point where it just felt like they were trying to do the same thing again.
That's a really good point, actually. And I really look. A lot of people don't like the third one. I like the third one.
You're weird.
Yeah,
I know.
I like it because they brought back Bishop, the android.
Yeah, no, but not Bishop himself, just the actor.
No, but I just like they brought back. She like fucking hunts him out of the trash.
Oh, I thought you meant at the end when he's actually there.
Oh, she puts him back together?
No, the other when he's a human.
Oh, no. I'm talking about what happened to Johnny.
I don't know. Why'd you get big? Who knows?
Well, I've been drinking a lot. No, I like when they went ahead and they took his torso, and it's
Right.
like fucking, it's not blood, it's like the milk looking shit. And she like hooks him. That was the best thing about that fucking movie when he went nuts and tried to kill Ripley in the first one. I think it
in
was
the first one when Ash went nuts, yeah.
Ash. That's what it is. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not Bishop. Ash.
Bishop's the second one. Bishop's the android from the second movie and the third movie. But yeah, Ash, he went, and that's why that was so dope in Romulus when they had him back with CGI to make him look young and everything, but just had that version back. I was like, oh, shit's got to go down because that guy is an asshole. Like,
I love
we
how
learned that.
he's like freaking out, and all of a sudden you see like the white start to come out of his eye.
Yeah.
And he just fucking goes nuts on her.
Oh man. But yeah, so I'm hoping we see some stuff from those franchises finally, you know?
Yeah.
And
Alien's
then
a great
besides that type of stuff, the only other things that I would be curious about, like you said, superhero stuff. What's Marvel bringing? Marvel Legends, anything that I can, not pass on. And then wrestling, because I buy wrestling stuff, right? So a lot of that. But I'm also curious to see if Hasbro brings something for Ghostbusters.
I feel like they're beating a dead horse with that, man. I mean, it's not much different than NECA and Turtles, but
it's only one company doing Ghostbusters, right? Like,
no, I know. I just feel like, I mean, it's like every time I turn around, they don't have a whole lot, I guess, but
Wonder if they're going to announce anything as far as figures for the live action Voltron.
So who's holding the license for that?
Probably Mattel. Did they have it before?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's a lot of people, third-party people making shit, so it's not going to be that, obviously. But I don't know who's holding the license.
You'll see that come out later, though. Especially if it does well.
Well, I'm sincerely hoping that the concept art I've seen for some of the Lions is not what fucking comes out. Because I'm getting a shitty Power Rangers reboot vibe. And it's kind of bumming me out because we have the ability to make.
Are you talking about the one where they had like the mane look like it's like actual fucking fur or some bullshit? Yeah, I hope not. That looked terrible.
So we have the ability, like, I guess, I don't know. I get it. You have to be somewhat modern. You can't keep the original nostalgia. I understand that, but you can pay homage.
I think with Voltron, though, Voltron would be an exception to that. You should.
But what's my thing? You can pay homage to that item, even if you doctored it a little bit. So you know what? I show you exactly what I think it would look like, or what it should look like. Is the fucking
Megazord.
3D?
Should look like the Megazord.
No, it's the one that some dude was 3D printing, and I'm like, if the new Voltron looked like that, fucking hands down, it'd be great.
They've never done a live action Voltron anything, right? It's always been animated.
No, yeah, this is gonna be a first live action for Voltron.
Huh.
Yep. So here you go. I got it right here.
And here's the thing that worries me because supposedly Henry Cavill is like the lead on this, and he always talks about like staying loyal to source material and this and that. So, kind of wondering like, what happened there?
That one. That is just modern enough and still pays homage to the original.
His fucking one leg looks like it's Iron Man.
I'm just saying, man. I think that's fucking legit. I think that would work out really, really well.
It doesn't look bad. I can definitely see that being a look for it because really what makes it look realistic, like for the real world, is just the fact that it's shiny versus just a dull, solid color like you'd see in a cartoon, right? You actually have the shadows, the glitz, the metal look to it. So it looks good. I'll give it that.
I hope that if they do it, they do something along those lines. And you make a toy, man. Holy Christ! I mean, that'd be wild.
I don't know.
Super wild.
Bro, I'm still hoping Ghostbusters gets something, man.
So you got Ghostbusters on your mind. Johnny's talking about maybe they'll put something out because of the movie coming out. I think you're going to see, because right now it's a hype because it's the 50th anniversary. I think you're going to see some Jaws stuff.
I would be surprised if we didn't. I just hope that whoever does it, it's within the realm of reason for price. Because NECA originally, years ago, NECA showed a giant Bruce. I think it was like 2 feet long. It was a massive Bruce.
Oh, I would have bought that all day.
And then like they showed it, and then it was gone. And it was never brought up. People asked about it, and they avoided questions on it. Like it just vanished. So I guess if NECA would release that damn Bruce, that thing would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be in on that.
What, Gus? What are you talking about? World Event Production has the license for Voltron.
Voltron.
Oh, but who's got the license for the toys?
World Event Production.
Because they probably hold the license for all of it.
It's probably a master license.
Yeah.
I bet they bought it cheap. I should have bought the license. I need a Panache Voltron. I need a Panache in the box Voltron.
Posh,
And I need
Posh Spice?
Huh? Oh. Wheezy just went dark.
Well, that happened to me a minute ago.
What the fuck? Can you at least hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
but
Oh.
I mean,
Dun, dun,
honestly,
dun.
I'm getting ready to leave soon here, anyways. Because
I know it's getting late, man.
yeah,
Oh no, it says I was backstage.
No worries.
Wheezy just chilling backstage, drinking his liquor and beer.
So do you, Wheeze, you want to keep going, or are you good, or what do you want to
No,
do?
I'm
Johnny?
good. Still talk. I'll see if I can figure out what we talk. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So let's take 2 seconds. So I'm going to top off, and I'll come back, and we'll keep going.
Sounds good to me.
Sweet. That's my pig noise. 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Is that what that was? Your pig noise?
I'd like to believe that's what it is. I got a real pretty mouth.
Well, damn. Since
For those of you guys that are just listening by any chance, like and not actually watching this, he doesn't.
did you say he doesn't have a real pretty mouth?
He does not. It's not pretty.
Well, as soon as he comes back, I'm going to have to back out and get right back in because whatever reason, it's not recognizing my camera now for some dumb reason.
Jesus Christ, technical difficulties. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. I got kicked out a minute ago. So
Yeah, we noticed. Okay, look, Tony's back.
Try
There you
logging
go.
out and logging back in, Chris.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. Johnny, you out, man?
Yeah, I'll give him a minute so he gets back on, and then I'll dip here. Man, oh man, though. Yeah, but hopefully, I'm kind of hoping. So in the next couple years, we're definitely planning on doing a lot bigger shows, promoting Grub Sport. So that means like New York Toy Fair, Comic-Con, that kind of thing. So
I do
I
think
would say that definitely would be fun to see about maybe doing a live stream at Comic-Con or something like that.
I think the three of us should highly consider. I don't know if I brought it up or if Chris brought it up about as we're doing shows, we really need to start going live and covering the shows because it's one, it's coverage, and two, it's good publicity because it gives people something to watch as opposed to just the three of us sitting around bantering about whatever.
The only drawback to that is, with the shows is a lot of times what happens is we'll get a rush and I'll be busy.
Same. We're too busy. Yeah.
So I can't step away to film or because I used to do that. I don't know if you guys seen like on my on the J5 Toys channel. I used to have coverage at shows.
Hold on. There was a J5 Toys channel before there was Shellhead. I feel like you were invented by Shellhead. I feel.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, fuck off. Whatever, dude.
It was the other way around.
No, we could video, but to my point though, maybe not during the show, but maybe before the show opens, because it only has to be like a 15-minute video. 15 minutes, you go live and you walk around the show, looking at what's there as opposed to like during when the show is live. Because again, to your point, no, we do not have time for that. It might be cool to video customers that come up that are doing deals and say, hey, do you mind being on video? If they say, no problem, then we're videoing like, hey, this is Shellhead Toys. We're doing a deal,
So the way I would try and do it, if possible, to do it the way you're saying it, you would have to like put a camera on, right? Have one of those like glasses cameras or a fucking GoPro for like the POV. Or I appreciate trying to make me do it there, Gus. But I'm usually busy trying to help Tony and sell my shit as well. But Rebel Girl, who's usually at the shows, can walk around, take a bunch of B-roll, be at the booth, go bother Johnny, and do stuff like that as well. And then we can kind of afterwards narrate and then post it, type of thing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good idea.
Or Rebel Girl's there. She can also help man the booth while you go off and do some stuff, or I go off, we go off, whatever. And she can man the booth for 10 minutes while we go cause trouble amongst the other vendors.
Right, because all she wants to do is sell Girl Scout cookies and buy Pops every fucking time. Hi, baby, love you.
Well, she's not here, so
I know. She'll say something later if she sees it.
So, I mean, there's definitely ways to do it, though. I'm with it. Or you just have Alex watch our booth for us.
I don't want him stealing my stuff.
Wow. I don't think he'd steal from you.
No, he's a good cat. All right, so
I mean, even another option is looking into having someone actually like if it's not Rebel Girl, but having someone else film. I mean, you got like I'm sure there's like a bunch of different like independent like videographers.
No, this is sounding expensive now.
Well, no, because what you got to look at is things like college students or something like that. They're looking to build up a portfolio, so they'll do the work super cheap, and then
damn,
wow,
sorry, holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Johnny. I didn't mean to do that.
Absolutely not, Gustavo. He would 100% drop it and then probably sell it and give away something afterwards with it.
Oh, that's not what I'm laughing about.
I know you're not. You're I'm trying not to laugh at Steve. So like, let's not laugh at Steve.
I wrecked my electric scooter heading to work.
Wow. Well, thanks for being here, Steve. Now that you get laughed at by Tony.
Oh, goddamn.
Hey, appreciate you being here, bro. Hope you heal up soon. Yeah, that's all right. You'll see. You'll get giggles when an electric scooter falls on Tony's foot somehow.
Oh my God,
Steve, I need you to know that I'm not laughing at you, even though I'm laughing at Tony, who's laughing at you. So it seems like I'm laughing at you, but I'm not. I'm laughing at Tony's hackles he's got going on.
Steve, I am 100% laughing.
Bro,
that is the most
I'm
cardio.
laughing at Wheezy, laughing at Tony, laughing at you.
That is the most cardio I've gotten in a long time. That's all I'm saying. I can feel what might be an ab somewhere.
He's got one ab.
I'm glad you're okay,
right, well,
dude, but goddamn, that's hilarious. You should have not shared that.
On that note, I'm out of here, guys.
Look at that, you scared away Johnny.
Gent, have a good night. Steve, feel better, bro.
Night, Johnny.
Later, man.
Later.
God damn it.
Johnny forgot how to push the leave button.
Oh my God, he's got to stop. He goes, I hit a curb. Holy shit. If you'd have told me you flipped your horse and carriage, I would have laughed the same way. God damn.
Oh, shit. So, I mean, so trying to get you off the laughing at Steve. I'd be down for for doing the content at the show, right? But I would also want to make sure that at least some of our fans would actually find it interesting. Because I'm not going to sit there and do it if people aren't going to find it interesting. Because right now we've got 4, 5 people who come to every show that we host, right? Every Tuesday we have 4 or 5 people who are always in our comments. So we kind of have to make content for them. So I mean, if it's something they would like to see, then I'm all for figuring something out and doing it.
I think I think it would be good if only to walk around. I got to get my brain off this. I think it would be good if only to walk around and like you said, like it's almost like I don't want to steal from somebody else, but just to give an example, kind of like a Froggy Flips kind of thing where you're walking around, you see the items, you're looking at them, you're looking at prices, you're making offers, you're buying some stuff before the show opens. And then periodically, if, like to your point, let's say you're in the middle of, you're doing a sale with a customer. Well, maybe that's a time where, you open up and we start just videoing what's happening. Cause that's kind of what you see in other channels and what have you. I mean, it's just,
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense.
You're right. Cause like when a lot of it that I see obviously is Froggy Flips. He does a lot, but even Pixel Dan does it sometimes. Where he does where he'll be at a show with a booth, right? And he'll be sitting there showing his sales. And also when he walks around and buys some shit because, he's got his wife who mans the table for him so he can go off and do some buying. I'm down for that. I'm absolutely down for it. Like I said, as long as it's something that our fans would actually be interested in watching, I'm good.
I just kind of look at it. It's more content, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we can figure that out. I don't see why not.
That has actually only happened once, and that was in the rain.
Was it electric?
No, it's my actual scooter is kind of bad.
So a real scooter.
Yes, and I never wrecked any of my motorcycles, other than getting hit on one, which was not my fault. I got hit.
It's never your fault.
Well,
but yes, I'm down.
So back to Comic-Con, right? So unless we beat that horse and we're done.
I didn't beat a horse. Did you beat a horse?
That one time, but we don't talk about it, and he doesn't call anymore. So we said turtles. We saw, I said loyal subjects, what I'd like to see. Superhero figures ish. We touched on.
I want more information from loyal subjects on that fucking My Pet Monster.
Oh, like it hasn't come out yet, right?
It hasn't come out, so I'm hopefully at Comic-Con we'll get more information.
So how long have we known that was coming out? Because I feel like sometimes. Then we should see that. That should be a reveal.
I mean, it was revealed at Toy Fair. In my mind, it should be out. But I don't know how long loyal subjects normally takes from announcement, shown, to release, But, I feel like it should be out if it was shown at Toy Fair.
What do you think the next HasLab is?
For who?
Well, I would say just they cycle. We've already had enough Transformers, I think, recently.
I think they just announced the HasLab for G.I. Joe the other day.
For HasLab? No, they announced the shipping for the Rattler.
No, because it's Gojo June or Joe June or some shit. So every week they're doing something for G.I. Joe at Hasbro, and maybe they announced it, but they haven't shown it yet.
No, but so far what I'm seeing on the website is
no, they haven't put it up for pre-order yet, but it was announced.
Oh, they got some stuff.
What it's gonna be.
Did they say what the item is?
It's a vehicle, if I remember correctly.
From G.I. Joe?
Yes. No, from G.I. Joe, but, for Star Wars. Yes, G.I. Joe. You'd have to go to Gojo June or whatever the hell they're calling it.
Gojo June.
Whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, it's some shit like that. I don't fuck with G.I. Joe.
Oh, here we go. No, it's classified series. I don't see anything about HasLab, but maybe you're right. Hang on. So let's see.
Maybe. Because all month long they're going to be releasing stuff because they're saying they're going to talk about it, but they'll probably wait till the final reveal or the final week of it to give that its moment and give all the information out. But it was mentioned.
God, I would love to go back and buy all of the original G.I. Joe Vipers, man. I owned so many as a kid, and I really enjoyed that toy line.
If I remember, it's a snowmobile because I think they were talking about. Yes, Steve, they're bringing back My Pet Monster. It's a little smaller, but yeah, they're bringing back My Pet Monster. But yeah, I think it's a snow vehicle.
No, the Thunder Machine.
Is that a snow vehicle?
No fucking way, dude.
Is that a snow vehicle?
It's not a snow vehicle. Oh, okay, hold on. So, okay, Fanstream teases HasLab G.I. Joe. Really? Snowcat?
There you go. See? Snow something.
Fucking Snowcat. Who the hell wants a HasLab Snowcat?
Canadians?
Yeah, probably.
Like...
I mean, I didn't do the Dragonfly. I didn't do the Hiss Tank. I did both jets. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a HasLab Snowcat. There, too many people are talking about it.
Yeah, see? There you go.
But somebody said Dreadnought is coming after that, which would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know G.I. Joe stuff like that to even know what the hell a Dreadnought is.
So, Gus, that's already out, man. It's being shipped, so I should have mine here pretty shortly. I have that in the Sky Striker only because I got a really good deal on it. So the thing is about these HasLabs, the prices are not sustaining for G.I. Joe. What I will tell you is I die to have the fucking Unicron or I want Jabba's skiff. And I'm not even a Star Wars person, but you have got to be, you can't not appreciate that toy. It comes with all these fucking figures. It's like 36 inches long. It's just a very impressive and well-displayed toy. And even if you're not a big Star Wars
fan. My wife feels the same.
Right. The box is fucking massive. And I'd love to have it. Again, I have nowhere to put it. It'd be sitting in the box on the floor with everything else in my life. But pretty dope-ass piece. So, okay, so the Snowcat. I'm not... The thing with G.I. Joe, and...
Is that just military guys, nothing special? Yeah, I agree.
If you're a G.I. Joe guy, so what I enjoyed, and I say this all the time, it wasn't even... G.I. Joe was great. I had it as a kid. I had all the toys. It was great. But my biggest hypes was everything that G.I. Joe did on an off-brand kind of... Not off-brand, but a variants kind of thing, right? They're variants. So when they did Tiger Force, they did Snow Patrol, they did Night Force, they did... I don't know what the silver ones were called, and I'm sorry, but...
They did Mortal Kombat. They did Street Fighter.
Right. They did all these different variations, and the figures were always fucking cool. And they had great vehicles. And so I didn't know this, and apparently it's a real thing. I was listening to Toy Federation has a podcast, and so I was listening to that today. And one of them was talking about the very early days of Toy Federation. And the guy who does G.I. Joes for them, I don't know his name, but this is a true story. When he was a kid, he wrote a letter to Hasbro and said, what if G.I. Joe, what if you guys did a toy line for G.I. Joe where Cobra repurposed G.I. Joe vehicles and G.I. Joe repurposed some Cobra vehicles? What if they captured them and repurposed them?
Makes sense.
He never got a reply back to his letter as a kid. But that year is when Tiger Force came out.
Interesting.
So he even said I guess he knows a guy that works at Hasbro, and he was like, look, he goes, I don't want any I don't want any royalties or anything for anything like that. He goes, it would just be kind of cool to know that my letter is the reason that those toys are being made.
Right.
And the person he knows goes, well, it's not like Hasbro's ever going to acknowledge that because they don't want to acknowledge that somebody else came up with that idea.
Of course not.
So whatever letter you supposedly wrote is probably thrown in the trash, and they made the figures, they made the toys. And it's crazy because, again, they're some of the most expensive toys if you want to collect them. Tiger Force, Python Patrol, Night Force, and whatever the fuck the silver one is, I don't know. But those lines are just nothing but repurposed figures and repurposed vehicles, multicolored, and they're the coolest fucking things you've ever seen.
I mean, I get the his desire to just like have that confirmation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because back when NECA first announced they'd gotten the Ghostface, well, Scream 4, when they got the license for Scream 4, Wes Craven put up a picture showing a zombie Ghostface mask and a Scarecrow Ghostface mask. And so it's like, like a burlap sack version of Ghostface. And I messaged Randy through Twitter. I was like, hey man, like, have you guys thought about doing like a variant with like the zombie mask or the Scarecrow? And he's instantly responded back like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen anything like that. I was like, yeah, Wes Craven posted it. So I sent him a picture of it. And then like 6 months later, they released the figures, and it came, one was the zombie mask variant. So like, is it because I said something, or did they already know? I don't fucking know. I'd like to think though that, I had a little push in that coming out. They'll never admit it if I did, but I like to think I did.
It's kind of cool to think. So like, one of the things Ryan said in the podcast, he goes, his dad used to say, you have 6 months before somebody steals your idea. So whatever you do, you put it out there in the world, you have 6 months before somebody else grabs onto it. And that made sense when the guy was talking about G.I. Joe, because he is an avid, absolutely avid. That's all he collects. That's what he does is G.I. Joe. And so, and not new Joe. He is vintage Joe. So he doesn't buy anything new. He doesn't buy anything like that. He's strictly vintage Joe. So this guy has everything. And so when he was talking about, the lines and how he felt like, hey, my letter might have influenced some of those, I thought that was pretty cool, It's a cool notion.
I mean, as a collector, to have that, like I said, if you can get confirmation, just to have that as a collector, that's like the top-notch thing to have. Like, something I did influence this, something that I love and I collect dearly. Like, yeah, I get it.
I think it's pretty fucking cool, but yeah, Gus, I got that coming, dude. Like I said, coming in the mail, but God damn it, you fucking kids.
Well, yeah, I'm curious to see what else is to come at the show, because I wasn't expecting a lot because the whole tariff thing. Not that I wasn't expecting a lot to be maybe announced, but I wasn't sure that a lot would be shown, because I don't think a lot of companies will be able to get product without having to pay the stupid tariff bullshit, whatever at the time.
Or they're going to have to show their prototypes.
Right. But with the way companies are announcing stuff already, like all these exclusives that are coming, that I was expecting to be a lot of exclusives this year, I think it's going to run just as normal. So I'm getting excited to see what else is going to pop up. But are you going to try and get the G.I. Joe Comic-Con exclusive?
What is it?
I don't know Joe, so I can't tell you the name of it, but it's them as a rock band.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Fuck, what is it called?
I don't know. But apparently they're also like, there's going to be a band there as them performing a concert too, as the group.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell was it called? It's the Dreadnoks, but I'm trying to think of what the fuck it was called. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, I don't give a shit.
They're like an 80s hair band.
They were called Cold Slither.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, here I can share. It's already up here. Hang on. There you go.
Yeah, that thing.
These are all Dreadnoks. That's Zartan, right there in the middle. Yeah, no, I'm. Ugh. Gross.
But weren't they released like the Snake guys that looks like Boy George?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm excited for some of the reveals. I will say it's kind of cool. Somebody posted the other day in one of the group chats or group pages I follow. I guess he's bringing it to Joe Fest. I don't know. I wish I could be there to see it. So, I have the giant oversized Terradrome.
Yeah.
Well, I kept saying, man, it'd be really cool if somebody printed a flag that was classified scale. Somebody did.
Oof.
Yeah. So this thing
That's
is like,
expensive.
this thing's like, I haven't seen it. I don't know the dimensions. He didn't post it. It's got to be fucking 12 feet long at the least, because the OG one was 7 feet. And this has to hold a classified figure. It's
Right.
got to be 12 feet long, man. And I saw the pictures of like he had fucking classified series vehicles on it, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, it's so big.
God damn.
It's so rad. I'd love to have it. Where the hell would I put it? And I don't need it.
700 rolls of filament later.
Yeah, no
Jesus
shit.
Christ. Holy crap.
Where do you even keep something like that, man? It's wild. But in any case, so yeah, I think you, Johnny, and I should really discuss some of these shows. Maybe we hit next year, or if we make a weekend trip out of heading to Carolina.
Bro,
Do
you follow Pixel Dan on YouTube? Or any of his socials?
Mhm.
You see that he just did a road trip, used loosely, road trip, to Kane County Toy Show. But like him and a few of his friends, they all went together. Like they have videos of stopping at different like antique shops, toy hunting. Then they went the first day they got there. I guess Kane County does that fucking hotel room swap thing too,
which I think is fucking awesome.
right? So then he did like one episode of doing one of those rooms, and then another episode he put up doing a second room, and then next week he's gonna put up the episode of actually at the show. Like, it just looked like a really fun way to do it. A little road trip with your friends, videotape it all for content, and
so I
have
think
a good time.
we could totally do that, man. Like if we turn around and said, hey, we're gonna road trip out to wherever, and we want to like video the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would do very well for us on the, for content, I guess. And then of course it's relevant because it's about toys. So I'm telling you again, as I listen to the Toy Federation podcast, they talk about, because Ryan started out in Florida, and they moved to Carolina. And so they're talking about Florida, and these guys keep talking about how, yeah, we used to come back to Florida for toy shows, and there wasn't ever anything here. There wasn't anything worth coming back for, and that's why they stayed out of state. And I talked about that before, where I said, hey, most of the shit, because we don't have basements, and we don't have good attics.
Right. People just get rid of stuff versus holding on to it.
Correct. So all those toys up north, they went into attics and shit in basements. But here in Florida, it's either going away or it's, what have you. It's not staying
right.
Bottom of the line. So when you're in Florida, these toy shows, if you have true good vintage toys, I think that's why we get a little bit more of a premium in Florida for a lot of our stuff, because it's like, hey, you better get it because you're not going to get it otherwise. But you go out of state, that same toy does not have the same value because there's so many more out there. But
possibly. But I mean, I would love to do like a road trip like that. Hell yeah, I'm definitely down to do something like that. Tony can do a lot of stuff and drive at the same time.
I do like the idea of the I like the hotel swap meets. I know Alex is going to be doing that when he goes to Joe Fest.
Bro, I know you've mentioned it to Jeff.
I talked to Jeff, man. So I talked to him the other night, and I said, hey, like we were talking about the shows he wants to do and like what he wants to expand to and things like that. And I'm like, look, man, I'm like, not for nothing. And I'm pretty real with him. And I was like, what you're doing is fine, but you are not a con. You are not a convention. You are not all these other things you want to aspire to be, which is fine. You'll get there at some point, but you're not there now. But some of the shit I've suggested to him, I've said, Jeff, you need to try to do X, Y, Z. Like whether it be a Friday early bird kind of thing or whatever it is, where you allow people to come in and like, it's like, look, you can't buy, but you can come in and it's a straight up swap meet. You come in and you bring items and you guys can trade. Whether it be with vendors, whether it be with each other, or or whatever it is, like pick something. It's like, hey, we're doing a G.I. Joe swap meet, or we're doing an action figure swap meet, where it's just like people come in and they can trade, but there's no money exchanging hands. If you want to do financial things, that's for the day of the show. And I think you would get people interested because I have not seen a convention yet. I've seen Joe Fest, I've seen Toylanta, all these conventions, aside from the cons, because they don't do that. But Joe Fest, Toylanta, these guys all do these your hotel room shows. They do these you can set up wherever you want in the entire hotel because it's designated out for the convention. You guys can set up next to a bar. You can set up next to a bathroom. They don't care. Put up a table. You can start selling. You can start swapping. And then they do that thing where the lobby swap where nobody's buying. Everybody in the lobby swap is just trading toys. You're trading for what you want. And then they can sell it later if they want to.
Yeah, so that stuff, I've seen the lobby, right?
Yeah.
Because they were talking about that at Toylanta, the Toy Anxiety was talking about how they did it. But it wasn't a swap. It was just after the show, everybody kind of went to the hotel and set up like in the lobby and in like the meeting room areas of the hotel. There was like a DJ they had a big dramatic battle with, but then like people were still buying and selling there. So it was like the after party for the show. And then after that, it turned into the hotel room sales.
That's how Toylanta is.
Yeah, I'm like, and that sounds amazing. I'd like to experience it and really see what it entails because I've only seen, little snippets on video. You don't really get the full experience until you go to it and you actually see it to get the real feel. But I mean, I don't see why that type of thing can't be organized outside. If you're talking to somebody and they're like, oh, and they're not hearing what you're saying, like, cool. I'll organize that myself then and do it. And then you'll see that we can work from there and grow it together type of thing,
I think Mr. Psycho 21. Yeah, that would be a good time. I don't know who that is.
It's John from our group chat.
Oh,
not
okay,
Hollywood John, but other John.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, what's up, buddy?
That's what I did. I got the Thor security badge in the minute.
Nice.
But no one helped me.
Sorry, Damien got the.
I had to do it all by myself.
So Damien got the third security badge in Mimic it's like a Five Nights at Freddy game.
Oh, yeah. Dope!
Your hair,
congratulations.
He's trying to grow his hair out. It's getting really wild.
He didn't help me.
He looks like Biff from fucking, or not Biff from. He looks like Buzz from fucking Home Alone.
Buzz.
Buzz, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Buzz.
Sorry. So I'd like to. So here's the thing. So Joe Fest, Alex originally, if I'm not mistaken, and he can correct me, he had a suite, and so he had his room, and then the rest of the room he was going to do for a show, right? To like show toys, right? Because Toylanta is big for that. They actually every floor you go to, they set up a whiteboard as soon as you get off the elevator, and it says these rooms are selling toys. And so I would love to, totally hands down, would do this. You and I, or you, Johnny, and I, or whatever, we rent out a suite, like an honest to God suite. We each have our rooms in the suite, and the center is a damn toy show. We set up shelves, you set up tables, you have all your toys out there, and so people, it's how you get out of having to set up in the show, because those guys do as well as the show.
Yeah.
Because they're set up, people, it's just an extension of the show. People get off the elevator, they're looking for toys, they go there, they buy whatever, it's great. I'd love to do that. I think we should do that, and get with Johnny and consider something like that. If not next year.
My question on that, and like I said, you'd have to go there to really experience it or know somebody who does it. We could ask Alex. Is the foot traffic on something like that? Is it just other vendors, or is it just people who are patrons that just hear about the hotel aspect and show up to the hotel? Like I'd be curious to know.
It's a great question, but I will tell you that the few videos I watched for Ryan, him and his buddy Tony, who owns that shop down in Miami, and I met him a couple times. I actually met him at MegaCon. I took Gianna, and I ran into him, and I was bullshitting with him. I was like, hey, man, I love watching the channel, blah, 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 butter in his toast. But they actually, so to your point, that's what they did. They're vendors. So they got off in these elevators and started hitting all these shows. I say shows, but started hitting all these rooms to buy pieces. And it was a lot of, in my opinion, I'm going to call it junk. but it was like, hey, you want GI Joes? I've got these shells of GI Joe. Like here, I've got like 4, Sky Strikers. They don't have any accessories. That's the kind of crap they were selling. I would say, but I did see shelves. I would say if you or I or Johnny, if we had a suite, we would probably take all the furniture in the suite, push it to one side.
Right.
We'd disrupt the room, and we'd have shelves and tables, and it would look like we're at a show. So that way, if people walked in, they're buying like they're at the show, but we still have our respective bedrooms.
Right.
Where it's not interfering with that. But I think we do probably pretty well, man. I mean, like Alex right now, he talked to Joey and Johnny. Johnny is the guy always wears tank tops at the shows.
Okay, yeah.
Blonde-haired guy kind of thing. He always hangs out with Joey, or he used to. Joey doesn't do shows anymore. But so Joey was telling Alex that Johnny and him at Joe Fest last year, they actually set up next to the bar, and they just set up like they did a little impromptu setup.
Right.
They set up next to the bar. They did $5,000 because these guys are at the bar. They get drunk. And they start buying fucking toys.
Genius.
And they don't just buy GI Joes. So that's the funny thing about Joe Fest is everybody brings GI Joe. So the guys who don't bring GI Joes end up selling all of that stuff. Because how many times can you look at the same damn GI Joe toy?
Right.
And then you see something different, you end up buying it.
Yeah, and Joe Fest originally started as Joe's and has grown into just
everything.
Vintage, right?
Sure.
Or
Yep.
just everything. Well.
Sorry, Raven is craving attention again. She's down here like
No. Oh, apparently Mr. Psycho's friends are ass. They don't like to do stuff.
Gross.
It'd be like that.
People don't think it'd be like that, but it do.
It definitely do be like that.
Well, I would say we are at the point of we probably need to shut down because we're coming up on 11 o'clock.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was that late. Fuck.
Yeah, and you got a bar mitzvah tomorrow, so.
Tomorrow's my last day of work for the week.
Ooh, just shake that ass, bitch. Let me
Gotta love when holidays fall on a Thursday and then your day off is normally on a Friday. It's fucking amazing.
So Friday, I am taking Gianna and my stepdaughter Kendall and Rebel Girl, and we're going to see Avril Lavigne, and I could not be happier.
Awesome. Is it the real Avril Lavigne or like her clone robot?
It is Avril fucking Lavigne, and I cannot wait.
Oh no, you haven't like seen the conspiracy theories that she's dead and they replaced her with a clone?
She is not dead.
That she died years ago. She was replaced with a clone.
If you didn't buy much, some of them. So, Steve, let me ask you, man, how was it though? Like overall, when you went to rooms, did you feel like it was being at the show, or did you feel like you were in a flea market?
Good question.
I'm just curious.
Flea market's what I want. That's where I want to get the deals.
I just want to know if it's like if we set up in a booth. Who are you talking to? If we set up in a booth, are we in the right frame of mind? Like, is that going to work for us or no?
Like, that's why I want to check one out, right? Because to think that we could go and if we brought all the stuff we normally bring to like a show, like, would that stuff even move at a thing like that? Or is it going to be more, this guy's there looking for vintage? You know what I mean? Like, Would we be out of place trying to do all that? We just got to go. So TFCon in Orlando, they still do that in Orlando?
I don't know, man. I'd love to go to. Some rooms were like a flea market and others had literally booths set up. Huh.
Okay.
All right. That's good stuff, man. It's good to know.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to go with Clone Tony.
Because Clone Tony wouldn't have all the alcohol
Correct.
influence. He would just have the DNA influence.
Exactly.
Good shit.
Yeah, but that was full of like elderly panties and stuff. It's kind of weird. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and call it. So, guys, gals, everybody, thank you so much for coming out. We ran a little long tonight, but that's okay. We had good content.
I'm glad we did run a little long because by running long, more people showed up because everybody seemed to be fucking busy at 9 o'clock when we go on at 9. Inconsiderate assholes.
Well, even Raven, she's down here like, hey, what are we doing? But in any case, guys, thank you so much. Like the Comic-Con, reveals and things like that. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. We have a lot of speculation. We're all pretty smart about it. And it's getting harder and harder because the companies are giving you the tidbits too early. So it's like there's nothing to guess for anymore. They kind of tell you what's going to happen. So tomorrow morning, at least for NECA, I know that we're going to be hunting for the Ben Cooper Tiki, the
for sure
turtle surfboards, unfortunately. And I'm probably going to hunt down the Bride of Frankenstein glow in the dark because
bro, if you're buying those three, you might as well get Chucky also. Just get all four.
I hate my life for that. I don't want to do that, but in any case, so yeah, that's all we got, guys. If you want to hear something else, you want to talk about something, please don't hesitate. Email us, call us, send us a text on fucking Facebook, something. Give us something you want to talk about for content. We appreciate you all. Have a great night, and as always, no capes. I kind of miss not having the outro.
Capes.
I miss the outro, man. I miss no capes.
We'll figure something out.
All right, let me kill this shit. Let me kick stop. Boop, 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 boop. It's going to stop.